Hare Krishna. Welcome to the Krsnatarian way of cooking. So today I'm going to share with you a very easy and loved paratha recipe by everyone called Mooli Ka Paratha. This stuffed paratha recipe requires very simple ingredients and is made within half an hour to 45 minutes. So let's look into the recipe. First, in a mixing bowl, take around 2 cups of wheat flour. Now in this, add around 2 tablespoons of oil. Now either you can add 1 tablespoon now, and then once you knead the dough, then add the other tablespoon. Or you can just add both the tablespoons now and then knead it into a nice soft dough. This flour will not require any salt because already the stuffing will have enough salt, which will fulfill its purpose for the flavor. So I've been kneading this dough for last 5 minutes. I'm making sure that the dough is nice and soft and not too much sticky. That is why I said that if you want to add the tablespoon of oil later, that will be helpful in making the dough less sticky. So the dough is ready now completely. Now I'll cover this with a saran wrap and keep it aside for around 10 to 15 minutes and start preparing the stuffing mixture. Now for the stuffing mixture, I have taken around a medium and thick sized daikon radish, which is also called as mooli. I have taken it along with its stems. We need the stems for it. I'm going to first peel the skin of the mooli or the daikon radish and first start chopping the stems of it. I've washed nicely the stems and the leaves of the mooli. Being a root vegetable, it has a lot of dirt to it, so make sure you wash nicely in nice hot water. That will be helpful. So I'm going to make sure that this is all very finely chopped so that it doesn't interfere into the stuffing of the paratha. Here I have a grater. I'm just going to grate the radish. So this much is the quantity I got. Now in a wok, I'm going to keep the heat on medium and then add around 2 tablespoons of oil. Let it heat a little bit and then add a 1/4 teaspoon or a pinch of asafetida. Now I'm going to add around a teaspoon of cumin seeds and saute it for a few seconds. Then I will be adding the grated part of the daikon radish. Mix it well with the spices and then add the stems, which are chopped finely. Keep the heat a little bit on high so that the water of the radish is dried. We have to make sure that this stuffing is dry. So I have added around a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder, then 1/2 teaspoon of red chili powder. Then I added 1 teaspoon of garam masala powder. Then around a 1/4 teaspoon of dry mango powder, which is also called as amchur powder. Cook it until the radish gets a little bit dry. Now I'm going to add around 1.5 teaspoon of salt. And then again stir it. Cook it for some time until the entire mixture changes a little bit of the color and also the radish seems to be dry. So this is enough. Now I'll turn off the stove and then add a cup of chopped cilantro, which is also called as coriander leaves. Now to cool it, just keep it open and under a fan, or you can even keep it in the fridge without a lid. We do not want the droplets of steam to get into the filling. That will be difficult to roll the paratha. This will take only 5 minutes if you are keeping it under a nice power fan. Now here the dough is ready. I'm going to knead it once more and then I'm going to cut them into equal parts. I divided this into 6 equal parts. You can even get 5. The reason why we are going to take big dough is because the stuffing of mooli is a little different than the basic aloo paratha, and it demands more dough so that it can absorb the moisture. The dough can absorb the moisture. So this is how I'm going to add the filling. If you see how I have made the circumference of this dough a little bit thinner and then stuffed the mooli filling inside. Now there are many ways to close this dough. Either you can do it in this manner, and then I'll show you another manner. Like this, you just close it, gently tap it. Use some flour, dust it. And now start rolling it. Be very gentle while rolling this because you want to make sure that the filling doesn't break. If you see, I'm very careful in rolling it. Just make around 6 to 7 inches diameter of the paratha. That is enough. Now I have kept already pan for heating on medium, and then I'm going to drizzle some oil on it and then place this paratha on top. So cook on medium heat. You can even reduce the heat between low to medium and just cook nicely one side. Grease some oil on top and then flip it. Now again drizzle or grease some oil on top. Cook the other side well and then again flip it. Drizzle some oil like that. Make sure to cook both the sides evenly and nicely. Do not cook it on extreme high heat, otherwise your dough will be uncooked from inside. Just cook it nicely. So this paratha looks done. I will empty this from the pan and put it on a plate, and I'll show you the other one. So like this, I'm just pressing on the circumference, making it thinner, and then adding the filling. So I just folded it completely and then just started pressing it. This was easy too. This is how I normally make my stuffed parathas. Closes well. You have to make sure that the open ends or the open circumference closes well so that the paratha doesn't break. Just be very gentle in rolling. So now I'll repeat the same thing. Cook all the parathas in similar manner. This mooli paratha goes really well with yogurt. It already has so much flavor inside that yogurt suits best for it. So now all the parathas are done. I will be putting it on an offering plate. Now I'll tear open one paratha for you. It's still very hot, so pardon me if I'm not tearing it properly. So this is how it looks like. It's still hot, very hot. So if you can see, this is how the filling is, completely placed inside. the dough also looks nicely cooked. So I'll place a tulsi leaf and offer it at the lotus feet of Sri Krishna. Thank you so much for watching. Hare Krishna.